Hey everyone, here's a video commentary of my Abyss Floor 10, 9-star clear with Ningguang as main DPS. Just want to make a note, this isn't meant to be a guide video or anything, this is just a playthrough from my Ningguang's perspective. Hopefully some of the elements I'm bringing up applies to your gameplay as well and help you beat the stage more easily. As usual, I take a quick look at the monster list and the leyline disorder to see what I'm up against. For this floor, a lot of people have trouble with it due to the leyline disorder. You're periodically inflicted with smoldering flames, causing you to take pyro damage until the inflicted pyro element is removed. To my knowledge, there's no way to prevent the smoldering flame from coming on initially, unlike the other stage. The only way to remove the status is through different status effects, such as a wet or hydro effect from a Barbara. One thing a Geo user can use to mitigate some of this damage is through the crystallized shield reaction. I know nobody builds an elemental mastery just to have a tankier shield, and nor do I recommend it. However, even taking little shields in between your attacks help you mitigate a lot of the damage throughout the stage, especially when you're lower level or under gear and you're spending a prolonged period of time in the stage. One thing that Ningguang excel at would be, because due to the fact that she's a Geo Catalyst user, all her attacks are Geo attacks, and all of them proc these crystallized shields. So as a Ningguang main, you should never be running out of crystallized shields to pick up. Just remember to weave them in and out between your attacks so that you're not stacking all the shields together and wasting them all at once. For Chamber 1, you're up against Axe Mutatrolls, Pyro Slime, Hilichurl Berserkers on the first half. Second half, Abyss Mage, Axe Mutatrolls. Chamber 2, more Axe Mutatrolls, Whopper Flower, and a little bunch of little Hilichurls. Second half will be Abyss Mage, Axe Mutatrolls, and Shooters. Chamber 3, Anemo Boxers and Pyro Slings on the first half. Second half will be Pyro Abyss Mage, Dendro Shaman, Shooters, and Whopper Flowers. Based on this mob list, I picked Ningguang to be on my second half team. So I have Ningguang as my main DPS, Zhongli as I was still testing it on day 1, Bennett, and then Barbara for the Hydro support. The reason I picked Ningguang as my main DPS on the second half is due to the fact the first half has quite a number of mobs. I believe, if memory serves me right, we're fighting close to 15 or 17 mobs at a time. Like Ningguang, if anybody plays Ningguang knows that she doesn't excel at AoE damage, so she's more of a single target type. The second half, I think you're only fighting 3 to 5 mobs at most at any given time, so she does a lot better at those situations. And with that said, let's begin the analysis. So Chamber 1, second half, right off the bat you're going to be hit with Smoldering Flames, and you're going to see an Abyss Mage with an Aura, along with a Mutatrol. Right off the bat I switch to Barbara, apply the wet Hydro status, and start working on the shield, bring down the Abyss Mage as fast as possible. The aura it carries is pretty dangerous because it spawns a little fireball on the floor and continues shooting further fireballs at you, and they do quite a bit of damage. Once those two are dead, the next set is the same, except for the aura is on the Mutatrol this time. I chose to stay on the Abyss Mage because I was already on my Barbara. Normally, I would work on the one with the aura, so in this case the Mutatrol. However, because with Ningguang, the Jade Screen blocks some of this, so even when the fireball is laid down, it doesn't really matter too much because you can block damage. Or you can iframe it such as with Zhongli's ult like this, and that's how it's done. So Chamber 2, second half, you're going to face 2 Mutatrol right off the bat, one with an aura, with the other without. As with Chamber 1, try to target the one with the aura first. I drop Bennett's ult and just try to DPS him down with Ningguang here. I think I get pretty close to finish them both off within one Bennett ult. As soon as these two are down, you're going to be faced with an Abyss Mage with an aura, plus 2 range Hilichurl, one on each side. Normally I would kill at least one of them first, but because I outscaled this stage and the Jade Screen can block some of the damage, I just focus on the Abyss Mage for myself. So with the aura, it does spawn those little pyro balls, and I think it got one off right about now. even though it just died. So you see I do take quite a bit of damage from these fireballs. With the Abyss Mage dead, the range healer trolls are fairly easy, and that is done. So Chamber 3, second half. Initially you're going to be faced with an Abyss Mage and 2 Whopper Flower. None of them have an aura at this point. I go into one side, knowing the Abyss Mage and the other Whopper Flower is going to port right next to us, therefore grouping them slightly. I switch to Barbara, start working on the Abyss Shield. The Whopper Flower attacks don't matter too much unless they fully channel, in which case I drop the Zhongli out to stop the channeling. Here we see another Whopper Flower charging up, so I switch to Barbara, just poke it a little to stop it from attacking, continue working on the Abyss Mage. I put an Slaw Shatter out here, hoping that it will all target the Abyss Mage, but at last it went to all 3 targets kind of evenly. So I finish off the Abyss Mage here and start working on the Pyro Flowers. And just bear in mind, you never want them to channel fully, so whatever you're doing, always prioritize poking them with a Hydro attack if they're channeling. The second part, you're going to be faced with 2 shooters, one on each side, a Dendro Shaman and a Abyss Mage with an aura. So I quickly dispose of one of the shooters, start working on the Dendro Shaman because the thorns are kind of annoying, blocks your movement. I kill off the other shooter on the other side, and because I couldn't find the Abyss Mage. You can see that pyro ball on the floor does hurt quite a bit. Once it's like a one-on-one fight with the Abyss Mage and you bring down the shield, it's fairly straightforward, and that is done. Hopefully that helps you guys clear Abyss Floor 10 a little bit easier. I know my Ningguang did outgear it a little bit in the video. However, the priority is the same. You want to focus on the one with the aura always, because that's the most damaging aspect in the entire Abyss. Don't try to tank through the Pyro Fireballs with your Crystallized Shard Shields, because they generally are not strong enough to withstand that many hits. With a Ningguang main, you can block some of the hits because they are projectile with your Jade Screen. However, just remember to not stand too close to the Jade Screen where the splash damage still hits you. I believe it works the same with all Geo Construct as well. They do help in blocking a few of the hits. When all else fails, just iframe through them because they are doing a lot of damage, so you want to mitigate them as much as possible. As for the other priority, the Whopper Flower channeling, I know most people only have one Hydro character to break the channel, and they kind of have to pick which team to put her on. The other way to break the channel would be to bring an Electro character, which causes overload. In my case, I use my Beidou on the first team, and her electric attacks always just breaks the channel and they never really get it off. You can check out the Abyss Floor 12 video where I showcase all of the gear. I know the sound on the video was a little bit soft. I've re-uploaded a better version. Hopefully that one is better. I'm still new to this YouTube stuff and currently still playing around with the audio settings. Hopefully this one is a lot better. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you find this video helpful. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers!